5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are back live. Hello.
Live in action.
Live action. Yeah.
We're tuning live from Bali Wellness Expo to Startup Grind Community. Ta-da!
2025.
Yeah, and I just met a fantastic person in the audience that came after my panel. Is like, I resonate with everything you say. That was it. You rocked it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you. Who are you? And she's amazing hypnotherapist, all the way from Mexico.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And came to share some good news with us, to share her views on wellness.
Yes.
So, Valeria, welcome.
Thank you for having me. By the way, you are a beautiful soul. I feel like I've already met you before. I think that's why it was like a natural connection. He's amazing.
Thank you so much. I feel like we all kind of met each other before in some past lives, if you believe in that.
Yeah, I do believe in that, actually. And, places like this expo, Bali Wellness and Beauty, I feel like it brings like-minded people here. And I think that's why we feel like a stronger bond, stronger connection immediately, because it's about consciousness. And I feel like, especially with the world now, we're evolving more and more. And, speaking about past lives, it exists because we don't really ever die physically. We might not be in this physical body, and we reincarnate because our energy it cannot die. It transmutes. So in hypnotherapy, that's actually something that some of my clients can have access to.
So you can this retrieval of
past lives.
Yes.
Yeah. So we call this past life regression.
Regression.
Yes. So how that works with hypnotherapy, well, just to debrief what hypnotherapy is for those who don't know what hypnotherapy is simply a state of relaxation. And the way to access this state of relaxation is through certain techniques to bypass your consciousness critical awareness, which is where you and I are living from right now, and to get into a deep state, also known as hypnosis. What happens is your brain enters a theta state. And in this state, we have access to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is the deepest part that you can access to. Your subconscious mind.
It's fascinating. Just let me put the fact here. So I used to work in neuromarketing, which is a mix between neuroscience and marketing. And we discovered that 95% of our habits, of our actions during the day are autonomous, meaning that it's run by an autopilot in subconscious. So there are like these deeper layers, whatever we are programmed in our childhood when we were in these plausible states that you mentioned, some brainwave states. And then, if you believe whatever happens prenatally while we are carried by our parents, and then what happened before even that, like where were we before we were born as souls? So I'm sure that there's so much data there's
so much
to get on,
to discover,
right.
And that's why being in this human experience, we all have so much to uncover, but it's really we already know. And we have everything within us, like you said. We already have everything within us. So this journey that we're on, it's not necessarily external, although it's made to seem that way. The journey that we're on is a journey to self-discovery. We are the journey.
Right.
We are the journey. We're not walking on a journey. We're walking towards ourselves.
But it's interesting to mention that self-discovery is triggered by being in a community, but being in a relationship with others. And that's what the beauty of this is. And these gatherings like this is where we, share our stories. We get inspired. We get remembered, the great remembers, divine remembers that we go into to kind of say, hola, hermanita, welcome back to this lifetime, right?
¿Cómo estás? Long time no see. That's true. Yeah. And everything, it has a purpose. We make connections for a reason. Everything at the end of the day is to evolve. I know sometimes it's difficult to see it from that perspective, but again, going back to the journey of self-discovery, everything is here to teach us a purpose, to teach us a lesson, to help us grow and evolve as souls and as energy, to raise the level and the consciousness on earth. It's on a collective level. Even though sometimes it might feel like we're here alone, everything that we do individually, it really has a big effect on the world. So it's important for, community to come together and to moments like this at an expo where we all have a similar mindset and we all are looking for the same thing, so we can expand and grow on our collective level.
Amazing. So what brought you to Bali Wellness Expo? Was that like sense of community, learning, curiosity?
Yeah.
What brought
Good
you
question,
here?
actually. For me, it's very important to apply knowledge and seek learning. So not just seek and apply knowledge, but integrate it into my practices and also be able to share it in my community, because I feel that, not everyone has the opportunity, one, to be in Bali, two, to be in a place like this. So it's important for me to come into a place like this so I can bring this information and this experience out into the rest of the world, because going back on an individual level, what I do isn't just for me, it's for the world around me.
Great.
And so everything starts within us, and
you get reflection back of your actions, like what people here in Bali call karma. It's instant karma, like what you project, you get back. And especially if you have people in your community, there are many of those in Bali, and have this culture and heritage. The importance of that is so humongous. It's beautiful to be surrounded here. So tell me what's so far in the day 2 of Bali Wellness Expo is like most exciting for you. Have you learned something? You met something? You discovered some companies?
This
some
is the best thing that's happened so far. I love connections.
It's a present moment connection.
Yeah, I love connections. I think everything starts with the connection, whether it's a product or a booth that we're checking out. It's all about connection and, hearing somebody else's story. I learned something about myself. I feel, I question myself. How can I show up better for others as well? Just being more present, like you mentioned on stage. I think that's really the key to wellness. And it's really difficult to be present nowadays with the world happening so fast around us, and really taking the time to ground ourselves and just be within and move a little slower, to be more present with ourselves, our thoughts, our senses, so that we can experience the world around us in a better way. So I really, really love that you said that.
Thank you so much for that beautiful reflection.
Yes.
And thank you so much for joining us here, Valeria. I admire Toltec traditions. I grew up reading a lot of books about Mexicans, about Mayans, about Incas, about shamanism, I went there and discovered a whole lot of things, and I've been guided by these agreements and principles. It's really, I always tend to do my best, and I'm really grateful for you coming to join me here. And,
thank you for having me.
Where can people find you?
People can find me on social media the username is Global Soul Val. Yes. Global Soul Val.
There you go.
Yes, that is me.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you shortly.
Bye-bye.
Stay tuned.